week 5, Jackson. You see it?
I got you. Yep.
Most electric team in sports right now. Big
That's a
W
goddamn fact. The only thing keeping me alive
is the
Pittsburgh
Spurs.
Steelers fucking.
All right, we're gonna start out with the Thursday night game. Kind of a stinker. I mean, Lions were in control of it the whole time. Looked like the Packers were gonna make a little bit of a run at the end, but then they shit the bucket. But I don't know. Lions are still looking pretty legit this year. Only team to beat the Chiefs. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Lions looking good. Lions looking good.
Somebody's echoing.
Yeah, we're echoing hell right now.
1 second, let me turn off.
But he's got us playing through his car speaker.
Okay, there we go.
All right. But yeah, I don't know. They look real solid. Goff is, just he was never really a bad quarterback. I think he kind of got a bad rap, but he's been pretty consistent and just doesn't make. I mean, he did throw a pick, but he doesn't make a bunch of stupid mistakes that are going to cost you games. And then Montgomery went crazy. I started him in fantasy. He had like 35, 40 points. So solid defense too. I mean, I think they're going to be in the playoff picture long term in the NFC.
Yeah, that division's not the best either. So
no, it's really not.
On that one.
It's really not. The Packers are. I don't know. They play like really, really shitty to start games and then try to just like flip a switch at halftime, which is just not a good way to make a living. But who else? Minnesota's what 1-3 in that division, and who else is in there?
Chicago.
Chicago's just miserable. This one doesn't count. Deshaun was hurt. Stefanski decided to call the game like he still had his star quarterback out there, and DTR trying to give him some slack because it's tough to be a 5th round rookie and week 4 you're starting a game that you didn't know you were going to start, but he was just terrible, man. He couldn't. His accuracy was one of the worst I've seen out of an NFL quarterback, and just like Pickett and the Steelers in the offseason, everybody thinks that just lighten it up against these guys that are going to get cut and not make the team means a lot. Preseason doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, I mean, it sucks because like our defense was playing pretty well, and we left them out there all day. Got killed in time of possession. Miles and Za'Darius both got dinged up. I don't think they're going to be hurt long term, and luckily we have a bye week to get Deshaun and all those guys healthy. So one of the few times that an early bye week works out. But I don't know. The Ravens are solid, man. It doesn't really matter what kind of injuries they have going on. They just are always solid and always seem to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I had the Ravens D in fantasy. That was pretty nice.
Yeah. All right, Port, I'll let you take the floor on this one.
I mean, it's just pure domination. Josh Allen owns. I will say this: the AFC East is weird. Like, Bills own the Dolphins, but the Jets own the Bills, and then New England owns the Jets, and the Dolphins own New England. So it's basically just a cycle. So, but yeah, I mean, Jackson was talking all this shit that Tua is better than Josh. Not even remotely fucking close. Josh is a dog. Sean McDermott was a beast, and I'm not even a huge fan of Sean McDermott, but he proved me wrong this week without a doubt. I thought he had his best coaching game plan in a very long time. I mean, honestly, shut down that Dolphins D. after the first two drives, I mean, it was 14-14, like 6 minutes into the game, and everyone thought it was going to be like whoever gets the ball last, but then the
Yeah,
Bills D came to play.
that's what. Shit, did somebody get kicked out?
I think Jackson's in there.
That's what. I was following early in the game, and it seemed to be like just touchdown after touchdown, and they were going shot for
Yeah,
shot, and I thought it was going to be a shootout the whole game, but eventually the Bills just kind of took it over. Diggs had a crazy game.
yeah, Diggs was going off. He had that sweet touchdown celebration too, where he fucking stone cold
Yeah,
Steve
I
Austin some
saw
beers.
that.
That was pretty
I, won-
sick.
I wonder if he'll get fined for that, but that was
He
pretty
definitely
sick.
will. 'Cause the way they had the camera, like they showed that for like 3 seconds, so then took him right off of the
Yeah,
thing
they're like,
for like
yeah, we're
showing the
probably
fans. Yeah,
probably
yeah,
not
probably
supposed to
not.
show that, but
Jackson, what happened? I thought you said Tua is better than Josh.
Tough, tough one for the Dolphins. It looked like it was going to be a shootout, and they just kind of fucking were flat. Because it was what, like 24-20 at one point.
It was 14-14, and then the Bills scored to make it 21-14, and then it kind of always went downhill from there. Something weird in this game, I don't know what you guys think about this, but it was 31-14, and the Dolphins got the ball to start the second half and scored. So then they made it 31-20. For some reason, they went for two
to go
and
down
didn't.
9, it's weird.
Yeah, and didn't get it, so it stayed 11.
Probably
I don't know,
some weird fucking
yeah,
analytical play. I don't know.
but I thought that was weird. But then, yeah, and then after they really didn't get that 2-point conversion, I think the Bills went down and scored again, and then it was like 38-20, and then it was basically over from there.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
it's a
mean,
long season.
ever since we dogged on the Bills after week 1, they've now completely blown
Yeah,
3 teams off the field. So
it's been
it's
like
hard to say.
3 weeks in a row, or the last 3 weeks. I think Josh has only played in 2 series in the fourth quarter because they just keep putting Kyle Allen in. And that dude's fucking bad. But
How many total yards have they had the last 3 games? Like
the
roughly.
Bills, it's a lot. It's definitely. I mean, I bet they're averaging over 400 a game.
Yeah, easily. But
That's
Dude,
they
I
were
could
kind
be
of
the Bills
flying.
punter right now. Like that dude punts once a game.
it's just
But
so
I know we'll talk about it later.
exciting.
But when we're talking about these two teams, something kind of funny is the Giants, who we all watched yesterday. Next 2 games are at Miami and at Buffalo.
Jesus, they're gonna be 1-5. They're legitimately gonna be 1-5. Yeah, I mean, ever since we dogged on them, they kind of flew under the radar the past couple weeks just because they had like
Yeah,
1
they played
p.m.
shit.
games against
Yeah,
not great teams, but this was a big one. It is kind of just one of those matchups, kind of like, I guess it's not the greatest analogy because the Browns usually stink, but for whatever reason, we have the Bengals number, and like for whatever reason, the Dolphins just can't.
yeah.
But yeah, well, good week.
It was a big one. Much needed.
All right, following up on that, do you think they are a legit threat to Kansas City?
Okay, here's the thing. Like we're talking about matchups. Like they match up well against KC, but for some reason they can't match up well against Cincy. But the other thing that does make me nervous is the Bills, or like Josh Allen or Sean McDermott have not won a road playoff game. So I think
Yeah,
getting that 1 seed would be ideal. But I don't know. You look at other teams in the AFC, it's like the Ravens, maybe the Bengals. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. I mean,
yeah,
the
Bengals.
Browns,
You
if they
might,
can get something out of Deshaun, they'll probably make the playoffs. But you need like something out of him, just because that D is so good. It's like another division too, where it's just everyone's gonna beat each other. So it's kind
yeah,
of just like who can have the less shitty wins at the end or less shitty losses. But yeah, I don't know. I think, I mean, if they play like that on Sunday, they can beat whoever. But then again, they played the way they did against the Jets. They lose to fucking Zach Wilson. So
Yeah, it's really just what it comes down to is still being
It's going to
in
be
a
whoever's like
rhythm.
hottest at the
Yeah,
end
you
of the
got to get
season. Yeah, hot at
in
the
the
right time.
flow and
Yeah, definitely.
have that rolling going into the playoffs. That's usually uh, when you see who's playing well at the end of the year. That's kind of
Yeah.
how you know. But yeah, I mean, hard to pick 4 weeks in, but so far so good. Ray, if you're watching this, fuck you. It's Jackson.
I mean, this is just this classic Mike Tomlin game. Seeing it for years. Dude does not win games he's favored to win on the road, never has. One of the worst games I've seen in my lifetime.
You want a hot take?
Especially hot take.
Do you want a hot take?
Let's hear it.
In CJ's first 4 games, he's looked more like an NFL quarterback than Kenny has his entire career.
He's played well.
Okay. Oh wow, he didn't even completely shut it down right away. There you go.
He's looked good. See if he can string together a few wins here, see how they end up. But I don't know. And like I said, the worst part of it is Tomlin has always lost games like this, but he'll fuck around. He'll find a way to win 9 or 10 games, and it's just Groundhog Day every single year.
What's the status on Kenny? I know he got hurt and Trubisky went in at the end.
Tomlin said he's practicing tomorrow. They're going to see how it goes.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't know what it is about the guy. Come off a big win last week. This game should have been a layup. Baltimore next week. Lamar Jackson cannot beat Pittsburgh. The opportunity to have an insane start for having the worst offense in the NFL and just lay an absolute egg. They march right down the field the opening drive, and it's pretty much over from there.
You think you're winning this week?
I know Mike Tomlin, they're winning this game this week. I kind of hope they show up and just get the dog shit beat out of them and something actually changes. Tomlin talked all of his fucking bullshit after the game that we're not putting up with this. Something's changing. Something's changing. Something's changing. They released a practice squad player and made him practice in pads one more day this week. That's what changed. It's the same bullshit every single year. Nothing.
Jackson, describe Matt Canada in 3 words.
Shut the fuck up. I'm tired of it. And they're stuck now. There's nothing that you can't you're just going to start over in the middle of the season. There's no reason the dude should have had a job after last year. And that's why I was asking about the Bills averaging 400 yards a game in the last 3 games. Matt Canada's been the offensive coordinator for over 2 seasons now. You know how many 400-yard games the Steelers have had? 0. Fucking not one. The second place team has like 7. It's I don't know. Like I said, look at Steelers Twitter. People think that like him and Tomlin have some sort of gay relationship behind the scenes and he's blackmailing him or something, but there's no reason the dude should
Oh,
have a
that is
job. And
awesome.
it can't get any worse. I don't understand why they're keeping him around.
I saw this TikTok earlier today. It was a guy and a girl watching the Steelers game. And the girl, she said, "When can we have sex?" And the guy said, "I'm already getting fucked by Matt Canada."
No, if it gets a little bit out of hand Sunday, that team will get booed off the field because I think people have had it with Tomlin.
Well,
Obviously, I've had it with Canada.
that's a good transition, and you could blame McAfee for giving me this graphic
He
because
is
I showed
overrated.
it today.
He's very overrated.
Well, it looks very familiar. It's
One and
reminiscent
done to
of
Blake
something that was
Bortles.
shared
No
last year.
playoffs. No playoffs.
No, he's won 2 playoff games in a decade.
One and done
Dude.
against Baker Mayfield at home.
One and done against Tim Tebow's 8-8.
Dude, this graphic is awesome. Beat AJ
Yeah, the
McCarron, lost to 40-year-old Peyton Manning.
He wasted what was one of the 3 greatest offenses of the last decade. He had for that 4 or 5 years, and they won 2 playoff games. But
Yeah,
at
so
one
what?
point,
Since
they caught
2013, they have won 2 playoff games,
2 playoff games with
and
a
they
top
beat
5
AJ
quarterback in the
McCarron
league.
and Matt Moore.
And they beat AJ only because of a fucking Jeremy Hill fumble. That's the only reason they won that game.
So when everybody tells you how great the Steelers are and how historic their franchise is, it's been ugly for a decade now.
Terry Bradshaw was on whatever show 5 years ago and said Tomlin's not a good coach and got eviscerated for it.
Yeah, I mean he's good at being mediocre. That's
yeah. He's always like they've never been bad, but they've never great either. He's supposed to
yeah,
be he's supposed to be a defense guy, and all those years they had, the best offense in the league. They give up, 30 points a game.
yeah. All right. Well, I won't make you sit in that too much longer.
But no, I guarantee you want an easy fucking bet this week. You fucking Pittsburgh will beat Baltimore, and it'll piss me off.
I wouldn't bet on that, but
That's
we'll see.
that's what the fuck Mike Tomlin does.
All right. Almost fell to the trap game here, Stevens. This was a good one to watch.
Got it.
Yeah, I was just about as anxiety riddled as you were in Manistee, Michigan, but
I don't think you
Jalen
were
Hurts
even
finally had
close,
himself a
dude.
decent game. Defense,
Yeah,
man,
no, he
I
did.
don't know what in the hell was wrong with that goddamn defense this week. Like,
That
they have been so dominant the first 3 weeks, and then this week, I mean, Sam Howell is just tearing it up. Like, secondary absolutely lost. I mean, almost every single play when they're lining up, I'm like, they're just going to throw the ball to Terry McLaurin. He's going to get a first down. I mean, 3rd and
yeah.
4, 3rd and 6, doesn't matter. Just
By the
pass to
way,
McLaurin, he's going to get a first down. And it's
by the
every single
way,
time.
if that guy's arm isn't where Terry's trying to put his
Yeah,
second
if
foot, you
Reed
guys lose that
Blankenship's
game.
arm didn't save that.
That was an
Got a
incredible
feel for
catch.
Reed Blankenship's arm. That probably really hurts. But
Save you the game.
Jake Elliott,
Yeah,
best kicker in the league.
That's right. He's top 2. He's top 2.
Top 2, and he's not second.
I wouldn't put him over Tucker yet, but he's carrying right now. But I don't. That last drive descended into overtime was just crazy because they didn't have any timeouts, did they?
No.
And then
It
like on the
was I think
last
it was
play,
like a minute 40 left. If it wasn't for AJ Brown with that fucking taunting penalty, shit wouldn't have even
gave him a
happened.
short field.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gave him an extra 15 yards to start with, and I'm just like, come on, man.
yeah.
But
AJ
like,
had me 40 in fantasy though, so I can't be mad at him.
yeah. Jalen grilled AJ after the game for that. He's like, the whole reason we were in that situation is because you did that. He's like he said, just do better next time.
Yeah, but like I said, you still have not seen a team game from the Eagles, and they're fucking 4-0.
Nope.
It's infuriating. It's fucking infuriating.
Yeah,
Dude.
I mean, I can't blame Brian Johnson in the offense this week. Now I gotta turn to the defense and just say what the fuck. They just signed Saints cornerback to fill in at the slot position because Josh Jobe was not getting the job done against Terry McLaurin last week. So
Yeah. Well, Terry's elite. So
yep.
here's our kind of run through the rest of the games that I don't want to spend too much time on. Jags won the Toy Story Bowl you guys saw any of that.
Dude, I
Awesome.
did watch some of that.
That shit was cool.
It was cool. Yeah, I saw a bunch of clips on TikTok of like kids getting super into it. So I think it was successful
It's
for
on
whatever they
Disney
were trying
Plus
to
if you
do.
want to go back and watch it.
Yeah, but it's a little buggy. But if they like, work out the kinks, that could be pretty cool. Broncos won the toilet bowl. Justin Fields just he was lighting it up and everybody was going crazy, and then he just completely fucking blew that game. Fumbled that allowed them to run it back to tie the game, and then he threw a pick trying to drive, trying to do a game-winning drive at the end. So whatever. Vikings finally got a win against the Panthers. Poor Bryce Young, man. He's on a fucking god-awful team with Adam Thielen as number one, but
I've seen that they're trying
Rams,
to make a move for a receiver.
who's even like available right now?
They said they're looking for a number one, so I
I
assume maybe
mean,
trading.
the only one that I could think that you'd have to give up a lot though, but I heard Devontae wants out of Las Vegas, but that would have to be a fucking hell of a trade.
I
But
think
yeah,
this ring chase. If he leaves, it'll be the ring chase. He's not looking to go somewhere like that.
yeah. But Matt Stafford let a comeback on a fractured ankle. Dude's pretty electric when he's injured. Uh, got the Rams to 2-2. Baker lit it up again.
3-1. That's unreal.
Yeah, that is unreal. But they got a solid defense. All he has to do is not turn the ball over, and they'll be all right. I forgot to put the Bengals score, but what did they have? 3 points?
Yeah,
3
it's
or 6?
27-3.
I don't know what the hell is wrong with them because
What was the Browns score again?
28
this
to
week,
3.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Browns.
Yeah, pretty
Steelers,
rough
and Bengals
week
never
for
scored a
AFC
touchdown.
North.
yeah, it was a rough week. We beat the Titans 27-3 last week, so it's kind of ironic that that's what the Bengals lost. But I don't know. I said it last week. I think they just found a way to beat a bad team, but they just they just don't look good at all this year.
Dude, I saw a tweet from a Bengals fan, and I think they're favored this week by 4.5 against the Cardinals. And he was like, "How the fuck are we favored by 4.5? We can't even score 4 points."
Yeah, dude,
I think
it's really bad. Like,
I'm pretty sure after this week the Bengals have like the Niners and some other tough team back to back. Like they really could start 1-5, 2-4.
yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to dig themselves out of that hole. The
And
Chargers somehow made the game with the Raiders and their backup quarterback a fucking close game because that's just what they do.
I hate Josh McDaniels. I hope they lose. I just hate his face.
Stevens Cowboys are back.
That boy's good.
Hate to see it.
The
That boy's
most
indeed good.
fucking bipolar team in the league. Niners best team in the league. Christian McCaffrey MVP.
Yeah, it's not close. That's so stupid. I seen the MVP odds, and he's not even in the top 10.
It's
Purdy's
just
ahead of him.
absurd, dude. He literally does everything for them.
That's dumb.
Debo got me a solid 0.6 points this week because they just gave it to McCaffrey every time they threw it.
And then fucking Ayuk, Brandon Ayuk's having a fucking hell of a year. He's had like 20 plus fantasy points every game he's actually played.
Yeah. And then Chiefs beat the Jets. It was a little bit fraudulent. There were a couple questionable calls. Zach Wilson, believe it or not, actually, looked like he's starting to turn the corner and started to play pretty well in that game. But, he
Like,
fumbles
their
that
line
snap.
doesn't like blow. He's not like awful. It's like,
Yeah.
but whenever there's like a little bit of pressure, he just shits himself. And
Well, I heard they were talking about it. They made a change and they were like, go to your first read, second read, and like if second read's not there, just throw it
just
away.
get rid of the ball.
Yeah, they're like
Probably
third
smart for
read,
him.
fourth read, like you're not there yet. Like just 1, 2, throw it away. So I think they're really trying to simplify it for him, and he started to put it together, but still 1-3.
Mahomes fucking struggling.
Yeah, he threw
He
what was it, 2 interceptions and then one
should
that
have
got
been.
called back.
Yeah, terrible interceptions too.
Yeah, he tried like doing his float passes, but they were way short.
Yeah, he has not looked good at all this year. A little bit of a Super Bowl hangover.
Still 3-1 though. But,
Yeah,
and then probably the most fraudulent 3-1 team right now, the Seahawks. Beat the dog shit out of the Giants. Was watching the Manning cast, and when Daniel Jones threw that 99-yard pick six, they were just like, they both just looked so defeated. But
tell you what, someone's gonna be losing their job for that Daniel Jones contract.
yeah, it's like what, 4 years,
4 years,
160
160 million.
Yeah, it's like absurd for somebody as mediocre as him.
Yeah, him
Ass.
and Josh make like almost the same amount of money. Josh
Yeah,
makes like 3 more mil a year, I think.
That's crazy. But all right, we get into next week. We're gonna introduce a new segment here. I'm gonna put a game up. I'm obviously not gonna guess because I put this together, so I know the answers. But you guys guess what the spread is on these games. All right, Titans
Sheesh.
at the Colts.
At the Colts, get it. Colts minus 2.5.
I'm gonna say
Colts.
Colts minus 2.
Colts minus 1.5.
And it's even right now, so nobody's winning.
Pick 'em.
Yep.
Tie.
All right, next one. Ravens in Pittsburgh.
Ravens minus 2.5.
Ravens minus 3.5.
4.5.
All right. 3.5 it is.
3.5.
There you go, Stevens.
All right, so Stevens.
Oh,
Bengals
Burrow.
Cardinals.
Is Burrow playing?
I believe so. And Port might have
Yeah,
spoiled
might have ruined
which
this
team
one.
this one's in favor of.
Bengals 4.5.
We might have got we might have got a different number on it though. So Jackson, what's your guess?
Bengals. Did you pull these today?
Yeah, literally like probably an hour and a half ago.
And Burrow's still playing as of right now?
Mm-hmm.
Bengals probably 4.
I'll guess 4 too.
It's 3.
3, damn.
3. Wow, that's insane.
Yep. All right. Jets and the Broncos.
I really have no fucking idea.
I tried picking tough ones.
That's got to be
Broncos
close to
minus
even.
2.
I'll say pick 'em after Zach Wilson's last game.
Jets minus 1.5.
And it was Denver minus 2.
Let's
So Port
go.
got that one.
Ooh.
All right, this is the last one. Packers
Oh,
at Raiders. It's a Monday night game this week.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Packers 1.5.
Packers
2.5.
minus 3.
Packers minus 1.5.
Minus 2.
2.
All right. I think that's all we got for that. You guys like that segment?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it's
some
fun.
there's
Yeah.
some shitty teams playing shitty teams this week.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad games this week, but yeah, I will probably try to incorporate that moving forward. So don't be cheating and looking at lines before, you
Oh, the,
scoundrels.
oh, the, who's Cleveland have this week?
We're on a bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Already?
Yep.
Jesus.
We need it too.
This is the first week of buys. Oh yeah, your bitch ass quarterback not even
Yep.
playing through a shoulder.
It's got a shoulder stinger. Needs a month off.
that one dude, your backup's hype died out pretty quick.
I mean, I'd never bought into the hype. I don't know why we traded
know.
fucking Josh Dobbs for a used condom when that's our backup quarterback.
I know some Browns casuals were saying preseason that dude should be playing over Watson.
Dude,
This
it's
dude
just I told
fuck.
the most popular man in Cleveland is always the backup quarterback. So like in
It
terms
might
of
have
like
been a motto.
annoyance for the rest of the year, I mean at least I won't have to see that, but whatever. All right, I'm not watching this game, but this is the Thursday night game this week.
Oh, it's the fucking PMT Bowl.
This is
Oh,
a
yeah.
terrible game.
It is.
We got Washington 5.5-point favorites at home. Uh, they should win by a touchdown at least. So
Right now, the Bears have the 1 and 2 pick.
I know someone's like, yeah, they're gonna get Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison,
Yeah.
which would probably that's the best thing that could happen to him. But yeah, I'd take the Commies this week.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't bet on Justin Fields
No,
Remember last year how I
with
used to
someone
put
else's
like
money.
$20 on every game for Russell Wilson over 1.5 passing touchdowns, and it never
and it
hit.
never
I think I'm
happened.
We
just
used
gonna
to
start. I
we
think I'm
used to
start doing
ride it
that
every
Bears
week.
money line. Just keep putting $20 on Bears money line.
They gotta win one eventually.
Like what happened to Fields? Like at least last year he had like crazy rushing stats. He's not even really running the ball, is he?
He had
Not
decent numbers
really.
this week.
Yeah. No,
I was gonna, yeah,
he played
When they
good
got the
until the fourth
lead,
quarter.
shit hit the
Yeah,
fan.
he just kind of shit the bucket. But
that organization's just
that's a
horrible.
good question. Do you think either the Bears or the Panthers have a shot at going 0-17?
No, I don't think like Fields has got to have like a crazy like 3 touchdown, 150 rushing yard game one of these weeks and fluke out a win against somebody.
It would have been this week. He threw 4. They still fucking lost. All right, this is the early Sunday slate. The Jags are playing another 9 a.m. game in London. This one's at the Spurs Stadium, believe it or not.
Num Hotspur.
Yeah, I'm assuming they just stayed over there for the week. Why not?
Yeah.
But Bills are reasonably 5.5-point favorites. With how they've been playing recently, I don't know how you don't take them, but I don't know. 5.5 is a big spread.
Yeah, and the Jags have been very underwhelming for what they were supposed to be.
Yeah. Port, you taking them this week?
NFL's fucking weird, man.
I don't know. The thing that makes me nervous is Jacksonville's been in London, so I don't know how big of an advantage that is. Because I think the Bills are going there Thursday, get in there Friday morning, but I would probably still lay the points at Buffalo. I think they could win by a touchdown, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, all else fails, they should win the game, regardless of the score. But
Those Spurs fans will be going crazy for the fucking Bills, dude. Bills Mafia probably travels.
dude, they should just leave the Jags in London permanently because nobody in Jacksonville cares about them.
You know how insane an NFL team out of London would be, like just how crazy the fans are.
Yeah.
After I seen a quote today from Jokic There was some talking about like you playing in Europe versus playing in America. He said American sports or European sports clubs have fans. American sports teams have customers. I thought that was the best. That's the best way that I've heard it put. Because people over there just live and die with their fucking teams.
Yeah. It would suck to be in a division with a team that's, you know, in London though,
I
having
know
to go there every fucking year.
Goodell has said that it's going to happen eventually, but I don't
Yeah,
know
I don't know.
logistically how it makes sense.
All right. So moving on, Ravens playing in Pittsburgh. They're 3.5-point road favorites.
That's a
I
low
would
total.
not take Steelers money line, but I would probably take them plus the points there because that's always a close division game somehow, some way.
Like I said, Tomlin, what he said about them, I think they'll come out fired up. Like I said, I've seen this movie before. Never bad enough to make anything actually to constitute real change, but just fuck around and like I
What
said,
about what about if Trubisky's starting?
Money Mitch.
I don't think that'll change it at all.
All right. Like we said, we got an even spread between Tennessee playing in Indy.
Let's say Indy.
Indy should be 3-1, but they just kind of fell apart at the end of the game last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably take the Colts too, especially on a pick 'em.
Richardson's healthy, right?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
he's back.
believe so.
As long as he's good, I'd take the Colts.
Saints at the Pats. It's a terrible game. New England's
Yeah.
1.5-point favorites.
Is Derek Carr good?
I don't
Yeah,
think
he's
so.
fine. Give me the Saints if Jameis is playing.
Jameis has been terrible. He has been terrible. This is one of the
Thank you.
games that the Patriots are going to win. It's like the
I
same
mean,
thing with Tomlin, with Bill Belichick since Brady's gone. Like they'll beat fucking, teams like that. They'll be all right. But
yeah, after those first two games, there ain't nothing worth watching. 1 o'clock sleep. At least you might get a couple fights in the Ravens Steelers game.
Texans
Especially
might be Texans might be a good dog pick this week with how they've been playing. Atlanta looked miserable last week. So I would take Texans money line. I might throw that in a parlay. Jackie Dogs.
Dude, Desmond Ritter is so fucking
I,
bad.
if
Yeah,
they
he's
would just
awful.
if they would start Taylor Heineke, I'd love the Falcons.
I saw a rumor that they might trade for Fields.
Taylor Heineke's fucking good. Why is he not starting? That
I don't know.
team is
But
something like fairly solid all around, just besides they don't have a fucking quarterback.
I don't get
yeah.
why they don't throw the ball to Kyle Pitts either. Every year they
Dude,
draft that guy. And
They
yeah, I
got
have him
every
on
year
fucking.
he
like
They
fucks up.
2 of
have
my
weapons.
teams. Dude, he does nothing. He does
That
nothing.
that is a wild card team with Taylor Heineke at the helm.
Every week it's fucking like 2 catches for 26 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we got the Panthers at the Lions. No way the Lions
Should be
lose that game.
stomping.
9 points is pretty beefy, but I would probably still take Detroit if I had a gun to my head.
Absolute stinker.
Dolphins should also dog walk the Giants, especially coming off a loss. They're going to be fired up and feisty, but 11's a fuck ton of points too. So Late Sunday. Another shitter to start it. Bengals, Cardinals. You know what's crazy is with Howe since he's been playing, I'm not going to take them in anything, but Arizona might fuck around and win that game. It's very possible.
Fucking Dobbs, dude. Never bet
Yeah.
against that guy.
He's looked pretty good. Could have been starting for us last week, but nope. Eagles on the road in LA, 4.5-point road favorites. Eagles have not been great against the spread so far this year. Stevens, you going to cover this week?
I think we can win by a touchdown this week.
Yeah, it doesn't
This
seem
is
like him.
this is going to be the game where everything comes together.
This is the week.
This is the week. The defense is going to come back this week. Hurts is going to have another 300-yard game. This is the week.
All right. You heard it from the man. Take the Eagles. We got another terrible game. Jets at the Broncos.
Russ over 1.5 passing
I
touchdowns.
was about to say the same thing.
Parlay with Zach Wilson over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Fade that all day.
Dude, I forget. Zach Wilson plus 1.5 over 1.5 touchdowns is like plus 400 this week. I forget who was talking about, but they bet that.
I don't know why the Broncos defense is fucking terrible.
It's supposed to
I'm
be so
taking-
good. They were so
I'm
good last year.
taking I'm taking Jets money line this week. I don't care.
Yep. Jets.
I'm a Zach Wilson believer.
Jets. Jets.
Yeah, they should win this week. Chiefs at Vikings could be an interesting one.
I don't know. Got that gut feeling, boys.
Uh-oh. Here he comes.
Vikings money line.
Vikings
Kirk
money line.
legacy game. Kirk
I like it.
legacy
I
game
like
this
it
week.
too.
Kirk
I don't hate
legacy
it.
game.
I
I
like
don't
it
hate
too.
it. I was gonna take the
Kirk's
Vikings
not
to
playing
cover.
under the lights this week.
Hey, they got to be hungry right now. Their backs are against the wall.
Give me the over.
Um,
Not a
kind
point.
of a
Should be a
must
good
win.
over game.
Kind of a must win for Minnesota.
Yeah, definitely.
Vikings money line to the grave for all the coin back.
All right, this is actually, thank
There
God,
we go.
we got a good
Yeah,
Sunday night
This is gonna be
game.
fun.
Let's go.
If the Cowboys show up, they're playing in San Fran. They're 4-point dogs. That's a pretty reasonable spread with kind of how the season's played out, but
Never bet against the 49ers.
yeah, it's tough too, man. It really is. Or what's your 2 cents on this one? I'm torn.
Yeah, I don't know. The spread's kind of like right where I would picture it being. Like you guys have said, I don't know. It all depends what Cowboys team shows up, and
Yeah.
I guess right now I would probably. I think the Niners might cover this. That's where I am right now, but
I would lean Niners just because I
Yeah.
think they have a better offense and a better defense. So like,
That defense is gonna make Dak do something fucking stupid.
yeah,
Yeah, this is. I mean, Dak gets hurt every single season. This is going to be the game he gets hurt.
there's a bold
He's gonna
prediction.
he's gonna
An
fuck up an
injury
ankle or
prediction.
something.
Mike,
It's typical fucking Dak Prescott. It happens every single season. If it's not gonna happen this week, it's gonna happen in 3 weeks.
We got Dak over 0.5 ankles rolled this week.
might
Yeah,
take a a flyer on a San Francisco defense anytime touchdown. Dak will throw a pick six this game. It is guaranteed.
Yeah, I would lean Niners there for sure. And of course, we got to end it with a stinker because why not? All of the Monday night games have kind of sucked this year, dude, so far. But yeah, we get
Week 3's was pretty good.
what
I'm a
was
little
that?
biased on that one.
You played Baker and the Bucks.
Yeah, we played Baker. Fucking baked his ass.
I would take the Packers here. They should win by a field goal.
Yep.
Don't
Yeah,
know. I
agree.
don't know Garoppolo's status, but either way, he'll fucking throw an interception and Green Bay should win by a field goal.
Dude, McDaniels is such a dick throwing that rookie under the bus.
Yeah,
Like the kid
McDaniels
was fine.
is he's gonna lose his job.
Kid played fine, and he was basically blamed the entire game on him
Yeah, that's crazy.
after what he did against Pittsburgh to essentially just hand the game away. He blames a kid for throwing a couple picks.
But yeah, I'm gonna put our link tree in the description of this video. So follow Twitter. We're gonna put picks out on there. I'm gonna put a parlay together. We're gonna give port access to the TikTok.
Yeah.
We upload clips on there. We got an Instagram too, where it's like the same clips from TikTok, if that's your preference.
I'm
But
gonna
Port's
work
been
on
asking for
starting.
that, so
I'm gonna work on starting an OnlyFans for the pod too.
well, yeah, we will be posting feet pics on OnlyFans as well, so we'll have that linked.
I'll join once my Russ and Zach Wilson parlay hits.
I'll be sure to send Port videos of just reactions during Steelers games that he can post on the TikTok. Me just fucking screaming.
Yeah, so look out for all that. If you guys have any segment ideas, we threw a new one in this week. Put it in the comments. We're always open to new ideas and making this thing better. But thanks for watching. That'll do it.
I wanna play.